Yeah, it does seem like we hear stories of Christians especially, but maybe other religions as well, being arrested in Muslim countries, being persecuted. I think we'd call that persecution. Maybe deported. Actually just had a friend who was deported from Sudan yesterday.
What was he accused with?
Spying. And he was so obviously not a spy. I mean, if you knew the guy, you would laugh. I mean, but it was a good guy doing business there. But he was a Christian who was probably actually sharing his faith with somebody.
Yeah.
But they didn't accuse him of proselytizing, they accused him of spying. But sometimes it's proselytizing as well. I mean, do you have any thoughts about how that happens and why does that happen? And is Islam behind that? Or what would you say to that question?
Well, on this issue of the persecution of Christians in the Muslim world, I'm not going to try to be apologetic. We have a problem about this in the Muslim world. And, well, a part of the problem is not religious. It sometimes comes out of nationalism and hating. In Turkey, for example, Turkish nationals hate the Greeks, not because they're Christians, but they're Greeks. And they happen to be Christians. So that sort of ethnic, sometimes, tension is there. Nationalist tension is there. But besides that, there is a problem, there's a phobia about Christian missionaries. The word missionary is a dirty, scary word in our part of the world.
Yeah. I know some, by the way.
Well, I met Christian missionaries, they're nice people, but I don't know, people freak from missionaries from my part of the world. Why is that? First of all, there is a very authoritarian ban in classical Islam that I criticize and I think should be reformed. That's the ban on apostasy. Like, you cannot change your religion. You can't leave Islam and become a Christian. They give you that penalty. That's in classical Islam. And I'm a strong critique of that. And I think it should be abandoned. It's not in the Quran, but it is in secondary sources. And my argument about it is that actually, if you go back to the sources, you will see that it was created by scholars who thought within a context of war. I mean, apostasy for them, changing your side in battle and joining the enemy. So they wrote in books that one who deserts your religion, you're the enemy. Which doesn't make any sense in the modern world, but if you're a blind literalist, like the Saudis, who says, which truth is this way, I will implement, people still implement it that way. That's one problem. The other thing is that the phobia about the missionaries is that everybody thinks them as spies coming here and doing some things. And this is, of course, paranoia, but it had some historical roots to it. For example, during the disintegration of the Ottoman Empire, Russia sent some missionaries, which were really spies and trying to bring some agitation in especially in the Balkans. Russian allies were the Bulgarians and so on, Serbians. So there was some politically motivated missionaries, really, especially in the 19th century. The memory of that has been kept alive. But this doesn't justify any of those persecutions. And I think Christians should be allowed to freely express, proselytize their faith if they want to, share their faith, as Muslims do. I mean, Muslims can come and say, be Muslim in the middle of London or US. So Christians should have the same right. And it's not just me who think that way. In Turkey, for example, the top religious authority, Mehmet Görmez, said, it's a matter of religious freedom. We can evangelize Islam, so they should be evangelized. Free to evangelize Christianity as well. So this is a problem, and we are in our part of the world trying to work and trying to overcome this, but it's a problem, I admit.